2 days before Christmas, 3 girls went shopping at a Fort Worth mall and never came home. Julie was only 9, Renee was 14, and Rachel was 17. What was supposed to be a fun holiday outing turned into one of the most haunting unsolved mysteries in Texas history. It was December 23, 1974, in Fort Worth, Texas. Families were rushing through last-minute Christmas errands. 17-year-old Mary Rachel Trlica, who went by Rachel, offered to drive her 14-year-old friend, Lisa Renee Wilson, to the Seminary South Shopping Center. 9-year-old Julie Ann Moseley begged to tag along, thrilled to join the big girls for a day out. Rachel, outgoing and newly married just 6 months earlier, was like a big sister to the others. Renee was bubbling with excitement about a Christmas party that evening, and little Julie was all smiles. Around noon, the 3 climbed into Rachel's 1972 Oldsmobile 98 and headed off with shopping lists and Christmas spirit. No one could have imagined that this ordinary trip would end as one of the darkest mysteries in Fort Worth history. When the girls didn't return home that evening, worry quickly turned to panic. They had promised to be back by 4 p.m., and by midnight their parents were scouring the mall parking lot. Rachel's car was found near Sears, locked and undisturbed. Inside were Christmas presents they had bought, proof they made it back to the car. But the girls themselves were gone. At first, police suspected a teenage runaway situation, but the families knew better. "No 9-year-old runs off 2 days before Christmas," said Julie's mother. These were good kids with no reason to vanish. Then came a chilling twist. The next day, Rachel's husband received a letter, supposedly from her, saying, "We just had to get away. We're going to Houston. See you in about a week." But the handwriting didn't match Rachel's. The envelope was oddly formal, and even her name looked tampered with. It was clearly a hoax meant to stall the search. The families were heartbroken and furious. As one of them said, "Someone took those girls and they're still out there." Leads flooded in, but none brought answers. Witnesses reported seeing the girls with a strange man in a record store. Another claimed 3 girls were forced into a yellow truck near the mall. But the woman who reported it disappeared before she could be questioned. A private investigator later uncovered a possible suspect, a mall employee with a disturbing history of harassing young women and knowledge about Rachel's life. For a while, it seemed like a major break, but nothing tied him directly to the case. Years passed and the trail grew colder. Searchers dug under bridges, drained lakes, and followed rumors across Texas, when a private investigator working the case took his own life in 1979, he left instructions to destroy all his files, erasing what could have been vital evidence. Missing trio. 2001, the case was reopened. Detectives suggested the girls might have left the mall with someone they trusted, perhaps someone who used that trust to lure them into danger. Yet despite new technology, interviews, and DNA searches, no trace has ever been found. Nearly 50 years later, the Fort Worth missing trio case still casts a long shadow over Texas. 3 girls went Christmas shopping and vanished without a trace, leaving families in an endless loop of grief and unanswered questions. Rachel's mother never stopped believing her daughter, and the others were taken by force. The mall, now rebuilt under a new name, still holds that ghostly image, a parked Oldsmobile filled with wrapped gifts, waiting for 3 girls who never came back. Each year, as Christmas approaches, the memory returns, a symbol of innocence stolen and a mystery that refuses to die. The girls would be grown women today, maybe mothers and grandmothers. Instead, they remain frozen in time, forever 9, 14, and 17. Their story has no ending, only a plea that still echoes. If you know anything about what happened to Mary Rachel Trlica, Lisa Renee Wilson, and Julie Ann Moseley, please come forward. After half a century, their families still wait for the truth. Some stories fade with time. This one doesn't. It's a reminder that even the brightest season can hold the darkest secrets, and that somewhere out there, someone still knows what really happened to the Fort Worth missing trio.